Hello, welcome back. Last time a magnet was really hard to draw. So, if I wanted to hit my imaginary target, I would want to get the rest of this row and all of this row done today, but you know, that is completely up to what is inside the puzzles. This is a 15 by 15, no symmetry. 8 and 6, I'm just going to start putting in and see if it resolves. It did, okay. 8 and 6. Could have added up the numbers to find out, but that's not what I did. What does this mean? You can't wiggle to the... Yeah, you can wiggle this way, that's how it is. Yeah, okay. Like, sure, it's easy enough to see this, easy enough to see the second number is one less, but then, like, I'm trying to mentally perform the transform of, like, what this row looks like to what this looks like if the second number is one less, and that's not always the most obvious thing in the world if I'm just going via that route. 6 and 7 will be, once again, a transformation like that. Okay. 2 and 7 tells me something, but I'm not sure how much, so I'm just going to put it in this way. Is that 7? That's 8. That only tells me 2. 6 and 7, though, whoops, it tells me this. Alright, so, patterns. There are indeed patterns. So those all start with 3. This starts with 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. And then a 7, so I know this, and I know, because that's 6, I know that. Yeah. 1, 3. Oops. Okay, so I know this 8 in the row. Cool. This 8 is done. This 5, I know that much. Next one here is 3. Next one here is 2. Final one is 3. Next one here is 6. Final one is 3. Next one here is 3, next one is 2, next one is 3. You have a 3 somewhere. This 5 can't reach over here. Don't know about that stuff. This is only a 3 and nothing else. Okay, so here's a 3, this whole column is done. 2 can't fit there, and it's already input anyway, so that's fine. 2 can't fit here. This I know is a 3, and that means this is resolved. Same for you. Yeah, you all look the same, don't you? So it seems. Alright. 6 can't reach here or here. 3 can't fit in there. Capping the 7. Resolving the 6 too. Resolving the 6 as well. 5, 6, 7. 7, 7 can't go here, because it's already there. And actually, that's at least these two. Alright, so that's the 7 in this column. Column was already done without me having to do anything. This column was an exact fit all along. That 5 is done, that 5 is done. Yeah, this is one of those very full grids. It just kind of fills itself. I don't have to do much. 7 means this. You're all done, so the rest are here, here, and here. What did I draw? I have no idea. What did I draw? I still don't know. Alright, anybody take a guess what that is? Because I can't tell. Alright, 19. 19F. F19. No symmetry. No symmetry. Alright, so 14 wide means this is full. 12 means that's a 10 there. 6 and 6 means wiggle room of 1, right? No. What does it mean? Yes. My eyeballs were lying to me. 3113, I think that's little enough that I can input 1 in each of the 3s? No, I'm wrong. 343, that should be little enough that I can input a few things. Yeah, this, those, and this. 6, 6 looks like this. We're getting all the full ones here. 6, 6 looks like this. 4, 4 probably looks like this. That would make sense. Really? 2, 3, 4, space 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, isn't it more? No, this one's deceptive. No, this looks like nothing. Sorry, that's not... Yeah, okay, so again, performing a transform on this and that. More wiggle room was opened up in the middle than the transform the simple way would apply. I can only do that transformation if this is a single number. Okay, got it. What does 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1 look like? Still too much to do anything with. Okay. What about 3, 2, 2, 2? Oops. Okay, that's something. 2, 2, 2, 2 will therefore look like nothing. Alright, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's wrong. I miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Then there's a 2 there somewhere. Alright, so that's given me a leftmost column which does a bunch of things. Quite a few things. That's that 6, that's that 2, so that's that 3. Cool. You're a 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Alright, what else do I know? This 6 has a thing on it. 2, 1. 6 here. 2 there somehow. 3 here. 5 here somehow. 3, 1, 2 somehow, 2 somehow. Two, 1 is done. 6, 2, and 3 somehow. Now the 3 somehow tells me at least this. And if it tells me that, it tells me this too. Yep. 3, 5 somehow, 2 somehow. 3, 1, 2 somehow. Okay. 6, 2, another 3 somehow that looks like that. Yeah, that's the same as this column. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's resolved some rows, sort of. This one is done. This one is done. This one is done. That's capped the 6, which tells me this. Which tells me what the 8 is. Cool. Which tells me more about this 12, right? Not that, it tells me this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, of course that's 12 white. If the one below is 14 and that's 2 less, that can only be 12. That's how numbers work. Alright, 9 has a cap. 2 has a cap. 3 is done. 2 is like that. This is a 5. That's part of a 2. This is a 2. That's a 3. This is a 2, that's a 3. This is a 5, that's done. This is a 2, that's part of a 2. That's done. Wait, if I know this, then that 9 is done. Yeah, it actually is already done. If I know this, then the 8 must be there. There's that 4, there's that 6. Okay. 1, 2, 2, 1. Okay, so this 3 is capped. That 2 is done, that 2 is capped. Those are all in the same status except the last one. Or the first one, rather. Alright, so this 2 in this column looks like that, which means that's what these 1s are, which means this is the 2, and this is a 2, and this is a 1, and this is a 1, and this is a 1. That's a 2, so that's that one. This is a 2, so that's X, so this is the last one. Cool. What did I draw? Oh, hey, it's the face of the final boss. Or the mystery that does absolutely nothing at the start of the game. Alright, 96. 14 by 14. Symmetry... not quite, but kinda close. Is it little enough that I can work with it? Or is it enough that I can work with it? No, I don't think so. But yeah, it's only this column, these two columns, and their mirror image that have any differences. So 1, 4, 1 instead of... No, wait. Yeah, instead of 5, 1. 5, 2 instead of 3, 4. Yeah, the outer 4 and the innermost 2 are the... Well, the innermost 1 and its mirror image are the same. Rows have asymmetries too on the x-axis. Okay, so anyway, normal rule set. Right, that's what I thought. Wait, no, it's this much. No, it's... yes. So if that's what 5, 5 looks like, then fill out all the 5, 5s with that. There aren't any more. What about 4, 1, 1, 4? Looks like this. 1, 4, 1, 5, 5, 5. Can I do anything with 3, 5? No. No. Not quite. Alright, that's a fine start. There might be more that I can input initially. Hang on, have I examined the columns for initial input? Space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have not, and I can do that. 5 means this, 3 means those things, I think? Yeah. 3 means this, 4, I don't know yet. 1, 4, 1, 5, 5, 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3. Same as that. Right, again, right, this is there's symmetry here, so I can just copy its mirror image. Why is that not an exact copy? Because this column is not symmetrical in that way. Right, so that's 5, 1, 4, that's all fine. 4, 3, don't know, 3, 2, don't know. Alright, so back to rows. Did I learn anything I can use? Yeah, the 3 and the 5 can't reach here, the 3 can't reach here. Okay. And 5s can't go there or there, meaning you're pretty constrained, actually. Nice. 4 can't go left or right, so therefore it's center and involves those. Those are 3s, which can't reach center. Okay. Yeah, I'm not at the stage where I can just start, like, I don't know, following a different process somehow. I'm still doing this the slow way, so yeah, it should be same both sides. It's definitely some sort of face. Is it? It looks like some sort of face. Okay, again, where am I looking? What would I like to accomplish? Lots of things. Okay, this 3 can't go there. That helps maybe. This 5 can't fit all the way up here, meaning 3s in this row can't go there. Okay, cool. This must be... oh, hang on, that's an exact fit now. Cool. Alright, 5, you have to be all of those and none of these. Don't know if this is 5 or 1. All those are as good as they're gonna get. These are mirror images, so that's not where to look, so therefore I should look in the middle or not at columns. Not all of them are mirror imaged, though. Well, I mean, these are. But this one's not. Can't do anything with it, though. Okay, now this row is actually resolved, because there's no other way it can fit now. Alright, that helps. 3s, 2s, sure whatever, 3s, sure whatever. Okay, so I touched these cells, therefore I do know this. And I do know these, because a 3 couldn't go there. Therefore I know that on the other side too. And a 3 can't go here. I'm not going to extrapolate that it's not over here in this side because, although should I? I arrived there a different way. Okay, that's interesting. The symmetrical parts of this are interacting with the asymmetric parts. in an unexpected way. But I'm just going to leave these things as they are. There may be more conclusions I could draw from what I've seen here, but I'm only going to do what follows my normal process that I can actually know about. Okay. 2 3s can't fit over here. Only 1 3 is there, therefore 1 is here, therefore those are filled. 3 can't go here. I already know where it is. 5 can't reach down here, 3 can't reach up there, 5 in the row can't go there, so therefore those are true and these are false. Okay. So, where do I want to look? So if I know this 3, yeah, I know all of that 3 actually. Cool, so that's affected this. Which means I know most of this 4, which means I know this 5. I know the 2 is in one of these partitions, but I don't know which yet. Well, I know this is the 5, and that's the 1, so that tells me a lot in that column. If this is the 4, the 1 is here. Resolving this 5, which interacts with you, and you, and you. Which does stuff here which was already done, kinda, but I didn't see it. I'm less sure now that this is a face. This might be something else. Okay. 1 and 4 has an exact fit now. 4 can't go there. This has to be the 4. Having done that, I know this is 4 and this is 1. Yeah, not going in any particular order here, just whatever my eyes lay on that looks promising. I don't know that yet. Okay, I now have enough constraints here that I can place one of the cells of that 3, resolving the 5 in the row, by the way. This 4 has to have that. This 3 has to have this, and also the 5 in the column did. And now, right, this was already an exact fit, I just didn't check it beforehand. Alright, this one is just swirling all over the place. So if this is 5, then that's part of the 2. If this is 2, well, this could never have been. That still doesn't quite resolve the row. This row is done already. This is 2, great. This is 3, great. Therefore that's 2, that's 3. This is this 2, this is this 3. This is that 3 in the column. 2, great. Both the row and the column told me that was an X. And I'm never going to let you know which one I was looking at. Watching these back, I always find it surprisingly easy to tell what I am looking at even when I don't call it out, so maybe it's just easier to follow this than I have been expecting. Or maybe that's just because I'm me and I know how my own mind works. Okay, so we're down to... Okay, no, I can place this because of that 3. I was gonna say we were down to something that looked like I'd have to apply some more advanced rules, but no. And things started happening again. This is a 3, that's a 4. You're now 5, you're now 5. This is not a face. Okay. So there's that 3. This 3 doesn't go there, therefore this 2 does. Yeah, see, this is a lot of diagonal lines, but they're resolving pretty nicely. Like, I don't need to apply something ridiculous to them. Okay, so how do I resolve this? Okay, so the 2 in the column tells me this. On, off, on. The other one was off. Yeah, so if I have a diagonal resolution like that, crossed swords, that's what I'm looking at. A face, sure. Right, if I'm doing a diagonal resolution like that, then it's just on, off, all the way down the dependency chain. A consistent pattern. Alright, so 14 wide, is this symmetrical? No, those are different. 221 is not 122. Alright, so 14 wide, 11 tall. In 11 tall, I'm just eyeballing this for columns, give me nothing initially. Rows. This one might give me something. It does barely. .161 likely will not, right? No, that gives me these two. Oh boy, that's a sparse start, and I know 4-5 will give me... what is it, this? Let's check. Well, it must be. It's the same amount of wiggle room, and that's where that 5 wiggles to. That's a start! Oh boy. Alright. So, can't really work with this, can I? Hang on, so... okay. That's little enough wiggle that I can do this, even without having placed that. Okay, so 232 in a column does tell me... yeah, 2 2s and a 3 does tell me one cell of the 3. Okay, so I was wrong that the columns initially gave me nothing. They sure didn't look promising, but I didn't look closely enough to see that they were. So even without that already having been there, I knew this. Okay. Ooh. Now what? Well, do I know... I don't. Either this 6 could be perfectly centered or it could go either way. Yeah, that's not a lot to work with. There is, like, nothing going on here. This is an empty board, practically. Huh. Let's reread and just make sure I'm not missing anything I can input. I mean, obviously not this. Obviously not this. Obviously not this. Already done as much as I can. I know this is part of the 6, and I know it must extend at least one of these directions. Or both. 2 and 3, 4, 5, I don't know. 6, I don't know. 5, nothing. 2, 2, nothing. 2, 2, nothing. 2, 2, 1, nothing. 2, 3, 2, already as much as I can do. Right? Yeah. 2, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. I think I'm gonna have to bifurcate. Right? Just double checking. Wow, with what? With the board in this empty state? Okay, so where do I have anything that looks like a promising binary choice? It's not binary, this is ternary. It's either left one or right one or both left and right. So 3 choices there. I mean, okay, that's 3 instead of 2, I can still do it. However... knowing whether this is an X or this is an X really tells me almost nothing. Do I want to try and invoke some kind of diagonal symmetry rule? Now, hold on, I think I might be able to do that, because obviously there is diagonal symmetry going on here. Let's check if that's viable. So that sounds more promising than continuing this as I have been. So this pair of columns and this column in its mirror image. Just have like one cell of difference somewhere. 5, 4 is 4, 5. 2, 1, 3 is 3, 1, 2. Yeah, so this really feels like it implies diagonal symmetry. Okay. Like it has to. So how could I work with diagonal symmetry? Could I treat this like... no. Whoa, that's a weird one. I don't know what I can conclude from that. Possibly nothing. Yeah, I don't know how to apply that rule set if I wanted to. Okay, but let's look for some promising binary choices. So I need like a bunch of ones together or something? The grid's too empty, like there's just not much I can do here. I know this is part of a 3. So among these 4 cells, there are 3 possibilities. It's this, or this, or this. With so little in the board, I can't really turn any of those into a conflict of any sort. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to... Okay, so let's attempt this approach just to see if it leads anywhere. I don't think it does. I'm gonna place that down and take the choice that those are both 6s. This is my undo marker. And what does that tell me? Nothing. Well, it does tell me this about that 3. Therefore also... Wait, it does? Yeah. This about that 3. Which would give me some implications... no. Those 4s and 5s could still fit both ways. Alright, I don't feel like that led to any impossibilities, which is what I'm mainly looking for. So here's my marker. Let's say it went this way. Ah, yes, so this... Given the diagonal symmetry... Hang on! If there's diagonal symmetry, I know for sure it is the one that I put in there. Because this would break diagonal symmetry. Yeah, this is going to be strictly incompatible with the puzzle. I might not be able to tell, but it is going to be. Like, I think I can know for sure that this is wrong because of the symmetry that was there. I don't think I can prove it particularly early, however, I'm going to take the perfect diagonal symmetry of the clues to mean the grid is, because it has to be. Therefore, I do know that these are like this. Yeah, this is an ironclad conclusion, I'm pretty sure. I could double check. I already checked. I already checked thoroughly enough. Yeah, so bottom half, in terms of row values, is a perfect mirror image of the top half. Left half, in terms of column values, is not a... Wait, yeah, is a perfect mirror image of the right half. Okay, yes. And because of that, I can make that conclusion with confidence. I'm not going to, but I can, in theory. Alright. However, again, that doesn't help me that much. But it does allow me to place 2 more cells, these 3s. The 5 could still fit here. I need some more information to know if these are both 5, or if this is 5 and this is 4. Either way, though, no, this could be, if this is part of the 4, that's not necessarily false. Okay. What else might I know? Nothing much. Okay, this is today's nightmare. How do I work with you? 97. I mean, it's 97. It's pretty close to the final of the A side. So I should expect this. But yeah, like, okay, so here's a binary choice. And a corresponding... Alright, so let's just place down a marker. I'm gonna put it here. Let's make the choice that this reaches all the way to the outside, because that's the one that interacts with the 6. So if that were what I was doing... Oh, hold on, that's 6. Wait, I know something about that 6 before I do this. Oh, but no, I don't, because I haven't put anything there. Right, okay, hang on. Follow the process. That would tell me these things. Oops, no, those things. If I know those things, not enough constraints to do anything anywhere else, but then I would know this too. Oh, and I already know that too then, if that's correct. I would know this too, right, that's the equivalent. That still hasn't resolved the 5 and the 4 here. Okay. Yeah, it hasn't done that much for me, has it? Wait, if I know these things... No, I don't know this cell. No, never mind. Well, that didn't prove anything impossible. Let's try it the other way and see if it does. Alright, so marker is here. If I go the other way... So inward. I mean, that does still interact with the 6 a bunch. It does the same thing? Well, in the other direction. Right, it narrows these columns on the other side. Yeah, so both of those, either way, narrows this, all 4 of these columns by 1. So that's interesting. So no matter what happens with those 2s, I know that these 4 columns are 1 less in one direction or another. But not knowing which direction, I don't think that means anything. It could? Maybe? I'm not sure. Anyway, so, what did I learn from this? So I did those. Still don't know the 5 and the 4. Still don't know how this 3-1-2 could shake out. A 3 could still fit here. The 6 gets those items. The 6 gets those items. Okay. So yeah, looking for anything that this causes to be impossible. That's the main thing I'm after here. That's the 4, there's the 5. Okay, this is at least letting me fill some things out so I can learn about several things. Yeah, so hoping this still leads to an impossibility, so that I can know whether that was true or not. That is letting me do a lot of stuff. This is what it feels like when I have made a true conclusion. But I cannot yet know whether this was one. Well, there goes my marker, but that's okay. It's still in the undo buffer. Alright, is diagonal symmetry restored? It's hard to tell. This was placed, yes, and it can be here. These X's are here in this row, which means they go there in that one. That 1 is placed. I mean, I could continue going forward with this and see if the whole puzzle resolves. I guess that's an option. Whoa, hold up, I made an impossibility. This is supposed to be a 3. Okay, Cool. I disproved it. Check it out. This last 3 is now a 5, so I know that's wrong. Let's go through the process again. So focusing specifically on that row. There's no key repeat on the undo button. Where's my marker? I should set down multiple markers so that I can undo faster and, like, have a few of them. Like, if I do this, and then, you know, do a whole bunch of stuff everywhere, then I can just hit the undo button real fast, and when I see my markers starting to go away, that's when I can slow down and not undo more work. Okay, so I proved that it was wrong to do this, right? Let's double check that. Interacting specifically with the part that proved it. So it X's these out. How did I interact with that part? I don't know how I got there. Yeah, how did I get there? No, really. How did I get there? Did I have another binary choice on top of this one? Is that what I did? Shoot. I don't remember. No, hang on. Right. Okay, so I was able to put these down, and that led to stuff. That's how it was. So that's a 1 here, that's a 2 there, that's a 3 here. And by resolving some things, like, I knew for some reason that this 2 had a part there. I didn't set down an undo marker. Alright, well, just be careful. No, I'm going to put one down. Okay, so this is my big set of undo markers. And yeah, I can overwrite those and it's fine. So I've disproven this, right? Let's just double check. Diligence. So I do this with the 6s. That with the 6s. This makes that 1, makes that 2, makes that 3. Right, because it resolves this. And then, yeah, okay, so I can go straight from here to the impossibility. There's that 5, here's that 2, here's that 2, here's that 2, and now the puzzle is invalid because of the 3 here. If this game used color, ever, it did once in a while, very rarely, but if this game were willing to use color here, turning that 3 red would be a nice little facility. Okay, so I disproved, so I proved that that is impossible, which is exactly what I was after. Okay, so markers start going away, therefore, I proved that this is what it must be because that's a binary choice. Alright. Now, will that uncork the rest of the puzzle, I wonder? So that doesn't let me place as many marks with the 6s as the other way does. But I am still in a known good state here. Yeah, but from this known good state, this doesn't open up anything else. Okay, so hang on, so that 2 resolves, and so does this one. On their own, those don't do anything for me still. 5 and 4 still are not resolved. Like, that's this row and this row, those are the big prizes. Those do a lot. Wait, but then do I not know? I do know, hang on, right, because of that impossibility, I know which way it resolves. Because if the 4 goes... Right, I know it's not this. I know the 4 extends over here. No, it's the opposite. Right? Hang on, do I know that? No, I don't think I know that in the same way. Well, I guess what I know is it is not this. Like, that's what leads to the impossibility. Hang on, okay, so undo marker. If this were the 5, then this is the 4, then these are the 2s at the beginning of these rows, and the 5 there, wait. Right, it's the bottom that does that, hold on. No, it's the other way around. I know it is that, right? Oops, whoa, I went too far. Hold on. Alright, so I need more undo markers, because that wasn't enough. How is it I know that... Okay, do I know this is wrong? No, it doesn't work that way. I don't know anything. Do I? Hold up, do I know anything about the 6? So if that 6 went all the way... No, it doesn't have to go all the way left. I don't think I know anything. Okay, 1, 2, 3, space 1, space 1, 2. Still could fit, unfortunately. If only it couldn't, I would know something. Wait, this is a 3, and that's a 2. So I know this. This. Sorry, this. Well, that's something at least. It doesn't help in this row. But it is something. This is a 3. And there's a 2 here somewhere, but I don't know where. Okay. Alright, is there another binary choice I can do? Wait a second. No, I can't conclude this just from diagonal symmetry alone. Actually, and that can't go in the center. That's a 3. I would need an even number. Nope, all I know is that the rows or columns on the other side of the ones that I'm doing are the same. That's all that diagonal symmetry tells me right now. It did tell me the 6, which was great, but on its own that hasn't solved much of anything. So, alright. I need another binary choice. This is a good one, actually. This is a binary with that 3. Yes, that's a very good one, because that tells me about this 6. Okay, so, undo markers. This is going to be the wrong one, I predict. Because that means I extend this 6 over here, and that interacted with the things that proved impossibility last time. Did they do it this time? So then I know this is the 5. And that's the 4. And has it proven impossibility on anything yet? Maybe it hasn't. No, all of that is actually fine. Okay, so I haven't disproven that. So could, if I did this, then, that interacts much more with the 6. Alright, so what does that tell me? It tells me this 5 goes over here. Wait a second. Didn't in both configurations the 5 have to go over there somehow? Wait, what happened here? Tell me about this again. I X'd this out. 6 extended. Yeah, no matter how this 6 goes. Okay, so I actually proved something without looking for an impossibility. Oh wait, I did? Like, these two are always true. No matter what. Those two are always true. So I checked this branch, and they had to be true because of the 2's at the bottom interacting with the 6 extension. I do it the other way around. And the 6 extends that way. These get X'd out. The 1 here and the 2 there determine that this is part of the 5, and those two are always true. Okay, so I have made a conclusion that doesn't require speculation. I know these. Which means no matter what, the 5 and 4 are resolved, which was the prize that I wanted. Nice. Okay, now we are doing things. Okay, the 5 and the 4 have been resolved. Cool, which means I know where the 5's in those columns go. Parts of them. Which means I know these 1's, which means a lot of good stuff is happening now. A row is done. Okay, so 2 2s can't fit here, so therefore that's an exact fit in that spot. Ah, this is cool. Another 2 still could fit here, so I don't know for sure that it's up there. And even if I did, that wouldn't tell me anything. That's okay. Alright, so this ends with a 2, then there's a 1. Still could be here and the 3 could be there, so that's not resolved anything. This ends with a 2. Alright, did I already reach the end of the road with the goods here? No, hang on. This gets a cap. Still doesn't resolve the 2 in the column. Still could be 2 different places. That's a 2 at the start, that's a 2 at the start. Same deal. Okay. Cool, but I'm not done yet. Alright, can I do anything similar with the 6 extension? I still have this same binary choice here, so I could go back to that at any time I want. And there's one here that's of interest. It looks like it resolves that way. If this were an X, this would have to go over here, that'd be the 1. That wouldn't tell me much of anything. Okay, that's not an interesting binary choice right now, where the 4 is. What about where the 5 is? If it were here, nothing much would matter, right? I don't think so. If it were the other way, nothing much would matter, really. It would resolve this 2 to here. Hey, wait a second, what's going on in this row? In this row I know things. 2, this is a 1. Right, that X let me place another X. And another X, actually, because now I know that's a 1 for sure, and there isn't another 1, so that doesn't go there, so these 3s go here, there we go. Okay, and that resolves a 2, and X's out another 1. Why does this look different? Because I'm looking at the wrong column. Okay, so it lets me X this, and it's mirror image there, which is meaning things for the 6s, so I know which way the 3 resolves. Hey, there we go. Okay, great. This 2, by the way, is that. This one is this, which resolves the 6 fully. Nice. Alright, yeah, always having to go to the other side and do the equivalent thing is a bit of effort. It's fine, though. 2 and 2. Alright, 2, 2. 2s can't go here, because that's too narrow. Still too many possibilities to say for sure what's going on there. This 5 has gained enough constraints to do that, meaning those 2s have resolved. Still too many possibilities here to do anything, but that 2 is done. Sure, cool. This 2, yeah, no, it's still the same. Okay. What next? So this has been ready for me to input it for a while. Same for you. Resolving fully the 5 at the 4. Nice. Yeah, okay. That felt like maybe the last thing I needed. Okay, well, not the last thing, but that helps a lot. So with these constraints I have, I can input this part of the 3. I had done that a long time ago, but that was in a speculative place. Alright, 2s can't fit there, so they only have 1 place left to go. Ah, this is a teleporter. Okay, I see. Oops. I feel like at any moment I'm going to place the last cell and it'll kick me out of the puzzle. Right now? There we go. Okay. Teleporter's hard to draw. That was fun. Okay. But yeah, I have a process for this now. And it resolved. And that was quite enjoyable. That doesn't look quite like the teleporter looked in game, I thought. But it's animated, so maybe an intermediate animation frame does look like this. I do suspect this one had to be messed with to disambiguate. Alright, well, definitely didn't hit my target, and I'm probably never going to at this rate, and that's fine. It is a meaningless measurement. Alright, next time, 98, 99. If I'm lucky, I might finish the A side, but we'll see how lucky I actually am.